Vanessa Roman walked into her office, tired and worn out, and the day had just begun. There were so many people who needed help. That she worked to resettle the newly arrived refugees into the U.S. from the world over just made the job all that much bigger. And smaller. "Wow, you must have had a shitty night," Tom said as she walked past him, "or else you had a really good night." He gave her a big leer as she took her seat. "Neither," she shook her head. "Nightmares again." "Jesus, girl, you need to sign up for the shrink program we have available. You know this stuff is going to kill you eventually." "I know." She opened her bottom drawer and dumped her purse, then looked up at him. "I just don't like the shrinks much either." "That's a given, but you have to talk to someone. We see and hear too much shit. It makes us hurt inside all day long." "I agree, but there are good times too. The last time I spoke to a shrink, he made me feel guilty because I wasn't doing better. I can handle the stress on a regular basis, but sometimes—" "Then you need to look for a new career." She smiled. "I'm fine. There are a lot of people in need of help, and I can do that. It's just sometimes I wish I could do more. Remember these kids, their families come from difficult backgrounds, and all we can do is help them transition through this stage of their lives. It will get better, but this is traumatizing for them. There's no solution here. We know they don't really want to be here, and they want their lives back the way it was, but we're doing the best we can in a system that was never intended to handle these kinds of numbers." She stared, knowing her heart was in her eyes, but unable to hide her feelings. "I know," she whispered. "It doesn't stop me from wanting to find a better way." "There is no other way. You know that." Thankfully, Tom walked away, leaving her to sit in her sadness a little while longer. She still wasn't sure she was cut out for this career, but having been in their position, she had a passion to help them. There were so many refugees looking for a better life, and it never happened fast enough for anyone. In fact, the process took a long time. Too long. Her heart bled for so many of the cases. Some of the trauma and losses these people had sustained were horrific, but like Tom had said, there was only so much she could do. But they weren't the source of her nightmares. She could blame her ex-fiancé for those. "Vanessa?" The call came from behind her. Vanessa turned to see her supervisor standing in her office doorway. "I need to see you. Grab a coffee, then come to my office, please," Sandy said. Instead, Vanessa got up, grabbed a notebook and pen, and walked into her office. Sandy motioned at the empty chair, and Vanessa sat down. "What's up?" "We have a situation, and a special boy who needs a little more attention than usual." "How special?" "He provided some intel that allowed our military to hunt down one of the terrorist groups that had been destroying villages in Afghanistan. Although the group was wiped out, they can't be sure Amrit is out of danger. So Amrit, his mother and brother have been brought over here." "That brave poor boy. He must be terrified." "Or he's enjoying all the attention," Sandy shrugged. "Who's to say at this point? The thing is, they are here in San Diego and will be processed through our center in an effort to have them blend into the rest of the refugees." "Are they going through the regular processing, or are they getting special treatment?" Vanessa asked. "Yes." Sandy smiled at her. Vanessa rolled her eyes. With a laugh, Sandy added, "They need to be handled slightly different, but will be processed in a regular manner. The chances of anyone finding out who this one boy is and where he is slim, but we can't discount he might be a target." Sandy nodded at the file on her desk. "So we'll do everything we can to keep him safe as we integrate him and his family into our country." "Got it." Vanessa stood up and reached for the file Sandy handed her. "Timeline?" In a cheerful voice, Sandy said, "Yesterday." Chase walked inside his front door and dropped his kit. It was going to take 6 showers this way to Sunday to get rid of the dust. It was in his underwear, inside his mouth, and he swore it was clogging up his brain. He was too tired to laugh at the cloud of dust that rose from his bag. After all the traveling to get home, he'd have thought it would be clean by now.